Good morning. The Fourth Amendment reads, "Nobody can search your body, house, or papers, or also give a warrant, unless they can prove to a judge that they have a strong reason to think you are guilty or have committed a crime." The fact of the matter is, it is resolved that public schools in Pennsylvania will issue mandatory randomized drug testing. To receive a search warrant, the school would need probable cause. Probable cause means the school would believe the student is doing something illegal. Once they argue probable cause, the drug tests are no longer randomized. This is where you have to draw the line. What truly is random? Also, drug tests are very expensive. According to OHS Safety Services, drug tests can cost anywhere between $25 to $60 each. When drug tests are being issued to all students, the prices will really grow. With budgets for sports, arts, and other activities being cut, is it really logical to increase school spending on drug tests? This will result in rising taxes and anger citizens. Drug testing also mingles home and school life. In recent news, Lower Merion School District is being sued a lot of money for invading privacy outside of school with webcams to their students. Randomized drug tests will cause more problems than solutions for schools, because will the next step be for Upper Dublin to spy on their students out of school? The affirmative might argue that randomized drug testing will keep kids on the right track away from drugs. The fact of the matter is, true drug users will not stop for the fear of being caught. While interviewing a student at Upper Dublin who would like to keep his identity private, I asked, "What would you do if the school started issuing randomized drug testing?" He replied, "I would find a way to beat the test." After hearing this, I decided to Google how to beat a drug test. To my surprise, 3.5 million sites were found in my search. According to a teen and alcohol drug addiction website, 36% of all 10th graders in the United States have tried some sort of illegal drug. Next, the affirmative might argue that random drug tests will result in lessening of peer pressure at high schools. The truth is, peer pressure will happen no matter if there are drug tests or not. It is natural for kids to be curious and try to get their friends to do the same. Making mistakes is part of growing up, but drug tests will not decrease peer pressure in schools. It will probably make the peer pressure worse, because instead of being pressured into doing drugs, kids will be pressured into drinking or also doing other illegal things like stealing. Also, the affirmative might argue that drug testing should be a rule because of the fact that drugs are illegal. Sure, drugs are illegal, but aren't cigarettes illegal for minors under the age of 18 also? If drug testing was instituted in schools, this might turn kids to cigarettes instead. Cigarettes cause 5 times as many deaths in the United States, according to a New York Times research article. Next, drug testing is extremely expensive. It is estimated that if Pennsylvania issues mandatory drug testing, it will cost approximately $33.8 million. The question is, where do we get the money to pay for this? Also, drug testing is not always accurate. To make sure drug tests are accurate, schools would have to send the results to a lab to be double-checked. This will keep adding to the total cost. There are also questions of what will the school do with the kids who get caught testing positive for drugs. Will they expel them? There is also the question of where the tests will be held. Will they be done at school or at a private site off of campus? To go along with that, who would issue these tests? Will the school train nurses or bring in trained outside professionals? Either way, it will just keep adding the costs higher and higher. Really, it just makes no sense to add these drug tests. There are too many issues that outweigh the benefits. A Time magazine article reads, "As of today, only 2% of schools in the United States have mandatory drug testing for students. Although most plans look good on paper, there are many flaws. In Little Rock, Arkansas, random drug testing was used on students in public schools. What Arkansas found was that random drug testing were faulty and also extremely expensive. Why would it be logical for Pennsylvania to start testing students when it is proven not to be effective? If 98% of schools do not drug test their students, why is it logical to start now? In conclusion, resolve that public schools in Pennsylvania should issue mandatory randomized drug testing is truly illogical. There are substantial facts backing up why this resolution will not work. It has been tried before, and what makes you think that the outcome will be any different? I would like to leave you with this. Would you rather have money for your school to have great sports and arts programs, or have expensive drug tests put into place that might not always be accurate? Vote negative.